it just made me weep with joy. It just made me weep with joy. And 33 years ago, I'm in a church nursery where we're going to church at the storefront on Buford Highway in Atlanta, working this out as a one-man show. I had done 2 years of a tour of the country with C.S. Lewis on stage. It's the show I did on C.S. Lewis. And I do about 50 productions. And I'm in this, I get the rights I get the idea, I go down to Koinonia Farm, I get the rights to do it. For Millard Fuller, do you all know the connection between Clarence Jordan and Millard Fuller? The guy that wrote the Cotton Patch Paraphrase, who started, of the New Testament, started Koinonia Farm, an interracial farming community in southern Georgia in 1942, which is amazing. And he inspired Millard Fuller to liquidate his fortunes and start Habitat for Humanity. So he was like the spiritual godfather to Habitat for Humanity. Anyway, I get down there, I get the rights, and I'm in this church nursery working it out as a one-man show. What would it be like to catch a big fish? And doing all that kind of thing, thinking, will anybody ever respond to this? Will this hold an audience's attention? And then for about a year, I did it as a one-man show, and I did a season at the Alabama Shakespeare Festival and met Russell Trays. I did it there for the company one Sunday night. Russell and I rented the studio and got Philip Geller, a producer he knew, to bring it to New York. Philip was on the board of the Performing Arts Foundation with Harry Chapin. Gave Harry a little audio cassette tape of one of my performances and a copy of Clarence's book. And Harry came to see me do the one-man show, and we thought maybe he'd write a song or two to begin and end each act. And the first thing he said, this was in December of 1980, he said, I was born to write the music of the show. And the next summer, weeks after we had opened in Boston at the Charles Playhouse and a pre-New York tryout, he was killed, and we opened that fall. And so not only the brilliance of your production was so moving to me, because 30 whatever years later, I realized how even more true I could have realized it is. But it's just, I'm just awestruck, and so grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're each just to be so congratulated. You're just superb artists, every one of you.
Thank you. That means so much.
Yeah, I told Justin it's kind of like watching your grandchildren graduate from college and get married or something. It was just wonderful. And it was interesting because I'd known the Flat Rock Playhouse. I didn't know about this new space. And I wanted to see, I'm working on rights. Sandy and Phil and Russell and I have been working on getting a film version of it done. And it seems like there's been kind of a new, there's this interest in it that kind of comes in waves, and there was a production just done at Virginia Rep in their inaugural season that I had hoped to see, but I couldn't. And we just closed the production a couple of weeks ago, and I went on the website and I saw y'all's picture. And I thought, this looks cool. I thought, this looks cool.
Yeah.
So, and it had such unity as a work of art. It had such a completely different vision and rhythm, of phrasing, both in text and music, and so complete and whole. The work that you all did together. So, thank you so much.
It is from Caesar.
Thank you.
Pardon the pun.
Yeah, right.